Today I'm making the ultimate crispy cheesy arancini balls. Perfectly golden on the outside and nice and gooey on the inside. These bite-sized Italian delights are packed with risotto, cheese and a hint of herbs. Perfect as a snack, starter or party treat. So the final part of our little 3-part mini series, we're going to be making these lovely arancini balls using the leftover risotto that I showed you in the video on Tuesday. If you haven't seen that one, be sure to check it out. It's a lovely mushroom risotto, comes together really quickly and is uber tasty. Yesterday's video was the marinara sauce. We're also going to be serving with our arancini balls. So this is going to bring the whole thing together. So let's get started. Our leftover mix had quite a lot of it left and we all had a fairly decent portion. And again, remember this has got porcini mushrooms and also white cap mushrooms. And as I said in that video, you can basically make a risotto however you like. Make a plain one if you prefer. This recipe will work perfectly with any kind of risotto. So we're going to start off by making the balls up. That sounded a little bit wrong, but there we go. And you're going to get your hands a little bit messy on this one. You want to grab some of your risotto mix. Now, with the risotto mix, I've left this out of the fridge for a good couple of hours. You don't want this fridge temperature, otherwise it's going to become really difficult to work with, and it's also going to take longer to cook when we come to do that. And you can make these whatever size you like. In Italy, I've seen them all sorts of sizes, from massive balls to really small ones. So whatever your pleasure. And the great thing about these, they're a lot cheaper than you're going to find in a restaurant. My local pub sell one arancini ball with a little bit of sauce and it's £9.95. My word. Anyway, got our little bit of mix there, and here I've got some mozzarella, and I'm going to fill mine with mozzarella because I like that gooey texture in the middle, but you can fill it with whatever you like. Endura works really well if you want more of a meaty, sort of spicy filling. And do remember that this mix, if you haven't seen that video, has already got Parmesan in it. So these are going to be nice and cheesy. And you just want to shape it with your hands into a ball shape, like so. And I've ended up with 7 decent size arancini there. Nice thing about this mixture is it is really nice and pliable. They're really easy to mold into shape. So with our risotto balls all made up, let's just put those to one side at the moment. With the coating, I'm just using plain flour. I haven't seasoned it with salt and pepper because I know the risotto has been well seasoned when we cooked it yesterday. Here I've got some panko breadcrumbs, and I'll come back to that in a second. And here a couple of beaten eggs. So the standard trilogy for coating these risotto balls to make them nice and crispy. With the panko, I picked this up from Sainsbury's. You might have seen it if you shop at Sainsbury's. It's £1.40, I think, for 100 grams of that stuff. I went to the Japanese supermarket, and if you've got one near you, I'd highly recommend go and pay them a visit. There, a kilo of panko breadcrumbs, £5.60. It is a real money saver, and this stuff is really good, high grade stuff too. So if you are near an Asian supermarket, have one close by, go and pay them a visit, especially if you coat a lot of things in panko like I do. Okay, so let's coat these up. We're going to take one of our risotto balls straight into our flour. Just give it, as always, just a good little roll around. Make sure it's all evenly coated. Then into our egg. Again, make sure it's all evenly coated. We want to make sure that when we come to doing the panko, it's going to stick to it nicely. So make sure there's plenty of egg on there. That's it. And then into our panko, and we just make sure again it's nice and evenly coated. I'm spilling it all over the work surface, and that's it. One arancini ball ready coated. So mine are all nicely coated now. If you're not eating these straight away, put them in the fridge. They will keep for another 24 hours coated in there until you need them. Obviously, I'm cooking mine now, and I'm going to be shallow frying them in this pan. It's just got about 1 centimetre of vegetable oil in it. If you've got a deep fat fryer, even better. You could cook them in the air fryer. I have done that before. I'll be honest, personally, the results weren't to my taste. The outside doesn't go as crispy. Color-wise, they're not that appealing. But if you want to go that route, I found 200 for 10 minutes worked best. Okay, so let's go in with some of these. Medium heat on this. Actually, now I'm looking at this, it's more like 2 centimeters of oil I've put in there. Must be a bit heavy-handed today. Anyway, gently lay those in there. Remember, these are already cooked. The rice and the mushrooms are already cooked. We want to heat them through nicely. We want to make sure that these go a nice golden brown. And importantly, that mozzarella is melted in the middle. So I'm just going to attend to those and keep flipping them over. Okay, they've had about a minute. I'm just going to flip them. Our first sort of flip, just over on their side or however it falls. Obviously, we're going to have to keep turning these because we want them golden brown all over. That's it. And we'll give them another minute like that. Okay, so I've obviously been attending to these. I've kept flipping them the whole time. We're now at about the 5-minute mark, and these look ready to me. I'm pretty sure, well, I know they're nice and crispy on the outside, and I'm pretty sure that mozzarella has melted on the inside. Obviously, if you're doing this in a deep fat fry, it's going to be a lot quicker, and you don't need to do all this faffing around like I'm doing with the tongs. Right, let's plate these up. So I've just got here a plate with some bit of kitchen paper on there. I just want to drain them off before we put them on our plate. I can see these are done. You probably won't be able to see that from there, but I can see some of the cheese just starting to poke its head out there of the side. And obviously we don't want that to lose all that lovely cheese in our pan. So I think they are just perfect. That's it. Leave those on there. Marinara sauce, I'm just going to put some into a little bowl here. As I said before, the recipe for this was put out yesterday. So if you want to see how I make this marinara sauce, have a look at that one, guys. It's a great sauce. It goes with everything. Brilliant with pasta, brilliant for dipping things like these arancini in, and I absolutely love it with deep fried calamari, and there is a video on that too. Okay, so that is our marinara sauce. Just wipe that up, and let's get some of our arancini. I'm just going to plate them on here. I haven't left myself much room, but enough to put a good little mini stack of them on there like that. I think probably as a starter portion, 2 of these, they're quite big. 2 of these would be enough. If you were having them as a main, you'd probably want a few more, I'm sure. And if you were doing them as little sort of hors d'oeuvres or party snacks or stuff, I'd probably make them just that little bit smaller. I think that's probably all I can fit on there. So there we have it, my crispy cheesy arancini with homemade marinara sauce. Let's give it a go. What I want to do is actually cut this open and let's see how gooey that cheese is in the middle. This is probably where it's all going to go horribly wrong, and I burn myself, but let's hope not. Oh yeah, look, see the cheese nicely melted. We've got some nice stringiness there. Oh, and the aromas from that. Delightful. Right, let's give it a try. Hey. Oh, nice and stringy. Right, let's have a little dip in that marinara sauce. I do love, sorry, using fingers here. I'm probably going to burn my mouth as well. That panko, perfectly crispy. The inside is piping hot and cooked perfectly as well. I'm still getting all the lovely flavours that I had from the risotto when I ate it the other day. The mushroom, the Parmesan cheese, and of course now we've got the addition of that mozzarella. Got to have just a touch more. Guys, they are sublime. So good. So easy to make. You saw how easy that was to make. A great way to use up leftovers. And believe me when I tell you, if you put those out for people to try, they are gone like that. That's it from me for today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I hope you've enjoyed my little mini series. If I've oversold it too much, I do apologize, but I'm going to say it one more time. I want to see how to make the marinara sauce. That was yesterday's video. If you want to see how I made the lovely mushroom risotto. That was Tuesday's video. If I can, somehow, I will put them up at the end of this particular video. If you're new to the channel and you like the content, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Please also like, share and comment. It really is appreciated and really does help the channel. I'll put all of the details of today's crispy, cheesy arancini down below in the description as always. And all that's left for me to say is until next time, it's cooking good.